Alright, what's up guys? This is James aka Blue Beast. I'd mentioned in the previous video that I was working on, got this empty hilt in, and I'm ready to put it together. This is got it from Ultrasabers. It is the Dark Initiate V4 LE. Got the pommel for sound with the hole in it, that way the sound can get out. I've got a nano biscotti board that I have it mostly put together already. The plugs, I use the JST plugs, and to spare you my horrible soldering and my struggling with the solder gun, I went ahead and soldered everything up. So the internals of a lightsaber consist of a few basic parts. Your LED housing. There are different ones, but this one has 3 LEDs. The white is for flash on clash, and then I have blue and red, and which should make violet. We'll see how that works. I may have to tweak the resistors to dim down red a little bit, but we'll see how it comes out at first. I may wind up with a pink saber. We'll see. There are 2 different strands. This is for the LEDs. This one is for the flash on clash, which ends up being white. The next part, you obviously have a battery pack. You need batteries to power it, obviously. The speaker. The sound card, which this actually controls this is the Nano Biscotti V3. It has flash on clash enabled and has deep sleep, which is a pretty cool thing. I'll show you on the switch later. And lastly, the switch. I just went with an illuminated. It's going to be a violet amethyst illuminated switch, hopefully that will match the saber color. I do have one solder joint left to make, and that's for the LED. I chose not to go with a quick disconnect for it. Once I get the switch in here, it's probably going to be in here. Because this is my first build, I decided to go with a lot of the JST connections. I got the Nano Biscotti with pre-wired to where these JSTs are here, so I wouldn't have to solder directly on the board. I thought it's on the other side, but I did have to solder one point on the board for the deep sleep, and that was directly in the middle of the board, which was the hardest one because it was so tiny. Let's get it together and see if this works. This is actually a bezel. You can do it with or without the bezel. I like the look this bezel gave it. The hole, I'll show you something. The hole, I did actually, when I ordered it, I wanted the 12mm just because I wanted the smaller, lower profile, I guess, button switch, but they do it for a guarded switch. That's their 2 options. So as you can see, I had to take and basically Dremel it out a little bit to get it to fit this one, and it actually fits perfectly now that I've done that. Oh, okay. I do, like I mentioned earlier, I do have one wire to solder, so let me go ahead and solder that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got that one soldered, and it's time to put the switch in and see if this thing will actually work after I get it together. Make sure that lines up. Alright, and now let's get the switch plugged up. Yellow is the switch. You definitely want to take and write all this out ahead of time. I actually have mine written down what is what. I don't know if yes, my writing is atrocious, but I can read it, that's all that matters. Let's go ahead and push the LED wires down, which in hindsight may have been better to do first. Alright, so I got that fish through now. Go ahead and tighten the switch down, which is actually a little nut that was kind of tricky, so rather than waste time showing you that, I fought with it off camera. Got the LED in. And let's go ahead and get these plugged up. And yeah, looking back, I wish I would have ordered the exact color wire so it would be identical on the same side. But I probably won't be taking this apart, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Boom light. Did get that one right. Alright, so it is put together. Still put the battery in it. See if I can get all these wires tucked in here. Sure, there are a lot of sabersmiths, well, that may be watching this, that this is my first one, so. I did put this ribbon here just to make it easier to get the battery out. That's a positive sound, so it won't be a complete fail. There's the illuminated switch, so I did something right in the midst of it. Hopefully, the sound card was obviously working. Got one part left to do, and let me go grab a blade. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's put a blade in, see if it works. I'll tighten it down later. We have liftoff. Downfall is it is pink. It didn't come out the purple that I wanted it to come out. Flash and flash works. Alright, and the fact that it's pink is not really a big deal at all. And the reason I say that, all it is tuning the color. You have red and blue that are making the purple. So, all I have to do is take on the red positive wire, which is right here, chop it right there, stick another resistor on, which would be one of these little guys right here. There are different ohm resistors and different watt resistors, so I can fine tune it as I like. I may have to get a different size, probably something in between these two if it's not exactly how I wanted it, but I can fine tune it until I get the color that I want. Those things are, you know, 10 cents each, so they're nothing to just get several different ones. But I can make it the color I want. I can have it the dark shade of purple that I'm hoping for. And so overall, this is a huge win. It's my first build. Like I said, this is an Ultrasabers Dark Initiate LE V4 with windowed emitters. And you see how it was actually asleep. Actually, turn it down a bit. It was asleep. So I push one button away, push it once to wake it up. Now my LED comes back on. Turn it back on. I'll try to cover up the sound, that way it won't be too loud on you guys. But the windowed emitters, I think that looks nice. I like the way the blade shines through. You can actually have two different sound fonts on here. It's the I think they call it light meat. Light meat. I'm sorry, that's the light meat. And that's the dark meat. Alright, so after a little toying around with resistors, had to go run and pick up a few. Got a few different ones. What I finally settled on was a 1 watt 10 ohm resistor on the red positive that pretty much gave me the close to the color I was looking for. It's not identical to my other one that I'm going to dual wield with, but I'm going to change it out and put sound in it anyways, so I'll just use the exact same resistors for its setup, so I'll get the identical color. And this is the purple I finally wound up getting. It's pretty close to the, I don't know how purplish it's coming off on the video, but it's pretty close to Mace Windu's color, which is kind of the purple I was going for. I think it looks a little bluer on the camera than it actually looks. Let me try one of the Ultra Edge blades and see how different it looks. Alright, so this is the Ultra Edge blade. Let's see how it looks with that. Yeah, I don't think it's coming off on camera exactly the purple it is, but you can kind of see the glow on the helping hands there of the color. It's pretty happy with the look of it. Love the blade flickering, which is another thing that I don't know how well it's coming across on camera. I'm actually going to toy with the sensitivity settings on it and see if I can make it flicker a little slower and more solid. But that's just a little tweaking and it'll take a while, but it's finally a finished build. I was hoping to get the exact same color as the switch, but now that I look at it, this switch is a more of a magenta, I think, than I wanted. It's kind of wanting a deeper purple. Like I said, it's not identical to this purple, but it's pretty darn close, but that really doesn't matter because, like I said, I'm going to be changing this one out for sound anyways when I have my two that I'm dual wielding, which will be these two. They were intentionally a little bit different. This is a Dark Initiate LEV4 and this is a LEV3. I will be putting a LED switch on this one as well and changing the light out and putting sound on it. So I'll end up with a dual wield. This one does have windowed emitters. I kind of wanted my right hand, which is my dominant hand, sticking out more and kind of more a nicer looking saber. I'm still debating on what length I'm gonna go with on blades. I may go a little bit longer length even with the right hand one. I may go 32 inch and 24. But that is the build. Finally completed. Yeah, I think it actually looks a little bit better in the Ultra Edge blade. Do like the look in the Ultra Edge. Flash on flash. said, it was my very first one, so I'm sure they'll get better in the future. But I'm proud of this one. I will leave this one alone just because it's my first one. It's the first of many, hopefully. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this, enjoyed it all, have any questions, leave them in the comments. You know, if you liked it, smash a thumbs up. I'll try to answer your questions if anybody's more of a novice than me, which may not be, but kind of be hard to do. But I did a little research before I did this, so it's been a fun thing. And really, anybody with a basic electronic knowledge very basic electronic knowledge can build their own saber, and it was a really cool experience. It's really cool to feel that I grabbed this empty hilt and all these things and wires and put it all together myself from just wires and connectors and solder. Hopefully I'll get some more videos going soon here, and I've got a couple videos I posted of my son and I dueling, and I've got a couple videos that I recorded of my son and I dueling, and I want to post those up eventually and do a little editing, cut out us accidentally hitting each other. And no, not really, but these things are a blast. If you like Star Wars, you've never entered the lightsaber community, Ultrasabers is a good place to start. You can grab you a grab bag for like $50-$60. I forget the exact price. I think it's around $60-$65 depending on how you customize it. And man, you'll have a lot of fun with that $60-$65. Get you want to start out, then you can move up to the Malice, like the one I posted recently. I love that saber. Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and may the Force be with you.